At 2:30, the screams reach outside. The streets are packed with busy shoppers, and within minutes the fire brigade are alerted. Alexander Folds was on his way to Bar Head when he passed the Glen that day.
I was coming up past Smith Hills, and that side of the picture house was empty. There were no houses, no shops or anything like that. It was all big space, and there were a fire engine sitting there. So I'm being nosy. I went along the terrace and I met two policemen. And the police were here. They said there was a fire here. They said, but there was a door here, but said it's locked. Can't you get in the bloody thing? So, well, what about that ledge there? Give me a punt up. I said, okay then. They gave me I booted all the glass in the window. And I dropped down 5 feet into it, and I got a shock in my life.
Because we were all vomiting, peeing and different urinating and all. Really that fright, fear. I knew myself there was someone must be dead. I knew they must be dead.
Kids were piled high on the top of one another, and they were all shouting at me, "Mister, help us, get me out, mister," and the wee girls were hysterical. So we'll get you out as quick as we can. Take your time, then stop shouting.
Outside, a crowd starts to gather. As firemen enter through the smoke at the front, a policeman tries to break the padlock at the back.
And I knew there was a toilet and there was a glass window. So I said, well, that's my best bet. So I went into the toilet and I jumped up in the pan and I said, right, you at the back, hold me. And I leaned back and I had my boots on, so I just my boot straight through the window.
I felt myself getting lifted and carried. And the next thing was, I discovered I was getting carried out to the entrance.
So the next thing I felt somebody gripping my foot and saying, get your foot back in. This is the police.
After several attempts, the policeman manages to break the lock.
I'm running to the right for that door just about a second. Just out. And I was run away along the street. See the cars, you know, I'm doing posts and all the firemen all running about. I never bought, just run on home. Didn't ask for help or mercy.
Well, actually, some of the kids was, when the firemen get in, and they were separating the bodies and that, you know, at the gate, the lattice gate, there were some of the kids with their hands in the lattice gate like that, standing, dead.